You know, I grew up loving comic books. My younger brother and I would take the bus downtown to the comic shop and pick up the latest editions to add to our growing hoard. So right now, I am in comic heaven. It's the first ever Kelowna Anime and Comic Festival, and as you can see, the turnout is incredible. We've got comic book artists, we've got all kinds of cool products. We're even going to have a cosplay costume contest coming up on the show. Now we're talking to John Delaney, acclaimed comic artist, and I guess the star of the show here in a way. What's it like to see so many people out here?
It's really awesome. I wasn't aware that it was going to be actually quite so packed, and there's so many people came out all enthusiastic and in costume. It's really, really awesome. You know, they had 30 people at the contest, and I've been on these in the San Diego Comic-Con, and it's rare that you get 30 people to come out, so it's really impressive. I'm quite impressed.
You've obviously been involved in comics a long time. How do you get started?
Well, I got started the exact same way. I was always a big fan. I read a lot of comic books, and so I just started sending in submissions. I think I started when I was about 16, and if there's a lesson here, I kept sending in 2 submissions every year, and I would get comments back, you know, it's not bad, but take life drawing, do a couple things, you know, and I kept working until I was 27, so 11 years, that's when I got my first job.
So sticking to it's important, and just getting better and better, right?
You bet, yeah. The more that you draw, the better you get, you know, and you know, it's that commitment to actually really working the craft, really studying, like I say, taking life drawing, taking some drawing courses, you know, don't just sort of stay inside your little zone, get outside, broaden your horizons, and then it happens.
And now, I mean, you've drawn for some a huge range of comics. Just a quick touch on your resume, maybe.
Sure, I've drawn Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Justice League, Scooby-Doo, Dexter's Laboratory. I'm currently drawing Futurama and the Simpsons. So yeah,
that's quite a range.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of kids here that are you know, looking at comics, getting inspired by comics. What is it about the art form, you think, that speaks to so many people? Obviously, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. You know, 20 years ago when I first started, I would tell people I'm a comic book artist, and they'd say, "Well, do you have a real job?" You know. Now you tell people you're a comic book artist, and they think that's awesome, right? But the reason being that I think it has such a universal language is it's a unique combination. You have pictures and words that actually work together, plus you have the interior dialogue, you know, the actual thinking process. Film can't even really capture that effectively. It does it occasionally, you know, have the kind of echoey voice off in the distance, but to really pull it off, comics really do it in a way that novels do it, and then take it to the next level because you actually have a visual. So I think that's what makes it so fascinating, unique to itself.
Well, it's an incredible time, and I'm sure that you know, there's a lot of, you know, local artists that are looking forward to hearing what you have to say and your advice and words of wisdom and inspiration. So thanks very much for doing this. It's really super cool.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Cheers.